Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this episode of Fun Knife Friday. Today we're going to talk about scout knives or camp knives, whatever you want to call them, but they're basically, uh, you know, knives that we used in scouts and knives that we used for camping knives for generations. Was looking up some history on these old guys. This is a Camp King from Imperial, and this one came to me through Elf Phoenix, if I remember right. I think he sent this to me. I don't remember who sent this to me, to tell you the truth, but I think it was Elf Phoenix. But they have the typical Camp King shield. Now this one has the shell covers, as you can see here. And the shell covers were a way to cut down costs. These were really inexpensive knives. Uh, they started making these, I mean, back when Imperial Schrade started back in the early 1900s, they had these. Uh, so this one's in actually really good shape. It still has the black covering or coloring on the shell bolsters. So some of these were painted and some of them were not. I'll show you one that was not in just a second. But this Camp King here, dating from the tank stamp that's on here, the Imperial Providence, Rhode Island with the USA vertically. This was made anywhere from 1956 to 1988. So I have no idea when it was made, but they all have this in common, is they all have a main spear point blade. They usually have an opening layer, and by that you'll have a can opener. And you can see this one has the patent number on it, and it says can opener. And then you also have a cap lifter and screwdriver blade. On the back side, they usually have an awl. And so here's this one. So this one's not too pointy. Actually pretty dull on the cutting edge. You can feel some, but this definitely would need some work to be a proper awl, that's for sure. But not a bad knife. Most of them have the bail. A lot of them are missing this. Some people took them off because they didn't like it. Other people had them because they had the hangers. They like to put lanyards on them and stuff. Then I'll show you some of the little lanyards I've been using, because I've been carrying these around the last couple of weeks just to test them out. I was surprised, I think like everybody else, when Smoky Mountain Knife Works came out with their top 5 list of traditional patterns, and the Scout knife was #1. And I was like, wow, I was really shocked because I didn't know anybody that carried one, but you guys said that you carry a lot of them. So, hey, this is your episode right here. Thanks, guys, because as Patty says, if you collect 3 of anything or more, then you're collecting that pattern. And I guess I'm collecting Scout knives now. Thanks, Patty, for that definition. Okay, so now we have another Camp King. Now this one is in a different color. This is that red one. And Tom from Knife Delights did such a great job cleaning this up and refurbishing it. Now this has the shell handles also, or covers. And so this is either a plastic or celluloid that they have glued onto this shell. So like if you really went at it and pried this off, it would just be silver underneath. So it is, I don't know if it's celluloid or plastic. Probably it's celluloid. I'm not worried about it off-gassing because, like Rasputin's Castle said, basically they have good celluloid and bad celluloid, and if it was going to off-gas, it probably would have off-gassed already. Now, this particular knife was made also by Imperial, but this is a Hammer brand. So based on this tang stamp that it has here, this was made anywhere from 1945 to 1955. So this one is a true vintage. I found this in a pawn shop, and it was extremely dirty. There's not much snap left on it. Let's take a look at that awl. As you can tell, this one does have a pointy edge. It's got a pretty good scraper edge too. So it's in pretty good shape. This knife was in rough shape. If you go back and watch Tom's video, So here's our can opener. It has the patent but different font than the other one. So that definitely could mean that it's older. Here is your cap lifter screwdriver, and it also has a patent on it. I'll have to look and see if there's actually some more based on the opening layer patent numbers and stuff, if that helps to narrow down the year gap. But being from 45 to 55, this thing is sweet. I mean, it really is. Now I have a bunch of newer models that are similar to these. So the first one, I showed this blue knife. This came with a Temu package, and I got a pack of these hangers from Temu also, and I put them on several of these, you'll see, on their little bales, because then that makes it easy to hang from your pocket. I know some people don't like to hang from their pocket, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So this one was marked Kissing Crane, and that's the only mark that's on it. So again, you have the spear point blade, you have your can opener, and your cap lifter screwdriver, and this one actually has a cutout for their awl, and it's about as sharp as a hen's tooth, and yeah, it's nothing. It's a table knife would be sharper, but the blue bone, I have to tell you, that looks sharp. I like it. I think it really pops and has some really great cover or color on it rather. Next one is, this was a gift from CB Tactical. This is the Marbles GI Utility Folding Pocket Knife. Now this particular knife is out of stock on SMKW. You may be able to find them at Chicago Knife Works or one of the other places. Now it has a really long bail, and I was carrying it around also. So this one, you get a really nice spear point. You can see this one's tackled some tape in its time. You get the can opener, again, the cap lifter screwdriver. Now this one has a serious screwdriver. As you can see, it's much bigger than the other ones. And then it also comes with the awl back here. Now their awl, to tell you the truth, it's rounded over on the top. So I don't know why they rounded it over. It is sharp on the edge, but I don't know why. For something that's supposed to pierce, that should be a little bit sharper than it is. But all aluminum construction. They're really cool knives if you can find them. The other camp knife I have here, now this one's a big boy, I got to tell you. All you guys that have large hands that have been waiting for the pocket knife of your dreams, here you go. This is the Rough Rider Tough Stag scout knife. And you can see how big this dude is. It is humongous, if you ask me. This knife does have half stops. You're looking at a 4 1/8 inch closed. I didn't even tell you the dimensions on the other ones. We'll have to do that. But this is 4 1/8 closed. Still has the bail, still has the hanger. This guy weighs in at a hefty 5.9 ounces. So it's big for sure. Here's your can opener on that one. Again, you have the really large screwdriver cap lifter. And then this one has a little finger cut out for the awl. But again, it's rounded over and it's a little sharp up here, nothing down here. It does have an eyelet, so you could actually use this to try to thread something, but you would definitely have to do some work on this blade and get more of a point on this. Now this has the Tough Stag synthetic. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm one of the people that do. But let's go back over our knives real quick for some quick dimensions. 3 5/8 inch closed, 2.6 ounces, and your main blade is 2 3/8 of an inch. on the cutting edge. The Camp King is 3 3/8 inch closed, 2.2 ounces, and its main blade has a 2 1/8 inch cutting edge. So I've measured right up to the tang. On this Kissing Crane, we're looking at 3 3/4 inches closed, 3.2 ounces, 2 3/8 inch blade on there. Figured it would look nice to get all these spear points out here, but we got to get this guy to behave himself, and there you go. On this Marbles GI knife, 3 1/2 inch closed. None of these measurements include the bales, by the way. 3.5 ounces, and it has a knife edge of 2 3/8 inch, and it does have the Marbles etch on the blade. And the Rough Rider, we already went over the 5.9 ounces, 4 1/8 closed, 2 5/8 for your cutting edge on that knife. So you can see they're all varying degrees of size of knives. Now I did kind of throw in a ringer, because I thought with camp knives and things of that nature, although it's not technically a camp knife like these are, I really think that this Swiss Army 7 really fits in this group, although it has a few more tools. Because of course you get the main blade on that. Now this is 3 5/8 inch closed, 2.9 ounces, 2 3/8 inch on the cutting edge on that. But you get your opening layer, or I'm sorry, you get a extra blade here, that little hook bill pruner blade. On this one, you're going to get the cap lifter and screwdriver. Yeah, you don't get a can opener on this one, but what you do get that these other ones don't have is you get the saw, which could be useful in a camping situation. And then you get the awl, which the awl is really very well done. See, it's got a nice tip on it, nice point, and you can see that it's got an edge all the way down. So I mean, this is really the only out of the box usable awl that's here. Now, I don't really blame the two vintage knives, because they're typically, I mean, they are vintage. They're older than I am, based on the tang stamps, unless this one was born in the 60s. But the rest of these knives are all pretty modern. But I think that, the Swiss Army knives, of course, this one does not have a bail, definitely fit into this camping equation. And they're definitely ones that I would, throw into the mix and throw in the discussion, possibly not, just the Alox models, but the Celador models as well. Because, depending on your tool set that you get, with it, I mean, that's the nice thing about Swiss Army knives. You can have everything from a more urban setup type knife, where you might be doing like some technical work and stuff like that, to stuff where you're going to be out in the woods and you're not going to, be back for a while. These little camp knives and pocket knives, I think, are just, fantastic. I really was surprised at how well they performed. I really like these little pocket hangers. I think that they're a really cool accessory to get on a knife, and they're relatively inexpensive. And I don't know, you might try a Scout knife for your EDC for a little while, see if it works out. Now, I haven't had to use the opening layer really for anything, but I do use the knives, and the awl is handy if you need to punch a hole in something, that's for sure. It's like, Zen said when he carries the Case Stockman that has a punch, he never knew how much he needed a punch until he had one. So, so that's kind of the way that goes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Join us on Sunday for our special. We're going to be talking about canoes and muskrats and moose knives. So if you guys are interested in those patterns, they don't get talked about as much, I think, on channels as maybe they should. And so we're gonna haul out some nice ones. We're gonna let you take a look at those, and hopefully you will enjoy them. All right. And like I said, it always just starts with one. That's I think going to be my new motto. Anyways, you guys take it easy. Have a great weekend. See you on Sunday. Hopefully you'll be in the chat room. You guys take it easy, and I will see you then.